Did we fool you? Kind of the autumn fun thing of the nice colours and what have you is starting to wear off. We're getting a little bit sick of the bad weather, the rain and the cold, and getting to grips with the idea that winter's here, days are getting shorter. So we've come indoors to the Plantasia, where it's nice and warm and like the jungle and the desert all year round.
And there are turtles.
Also, Annabelle's birthday's coming up. She's going to be 12.
Yes.
And she's grown a huge amount in the last year. And because I also teach embryology, I was talking about Annabelle, because Annabelle was born prematurely. Yeah, we're still in Swansea, which is somewhere very nice and indoors and dry and warm. It's full of animals. So can you imagine, almost 12 years ago, this is what parents do when kids have birthdays. They remember what happened when they were born, right? Kim was, of course talking, Kim was only 7 months pregnant, and she'd been to the horse races and got a little bit excited at the horse races, jumping up and down. And then when we got back home to Swansea, was it a week later, a week after that, we had a little bit of an emergency and had to rush to the hospital. What had happened, unbeknownst to us, was that the umbilical cord was going across Annabelle inside Kim's uterus like a seatbelt.
Yeah, it went round her shoulder and then round her waist.
So there wasn't a lot of slack in the system. So probably with the jumping up and down, Annabelle pulled on the umbilical cord, which pulled on the placenta, which caused a little bit of a bleed, which then precipitated a whole bunch of other things to happen, ultimately resulting in surgery and Annabelle popping out 8 weeks early.
9 and a bit.
She weighed 1.5 kilos when she was born. Tiny. The reason I use this in my lecture is because I demonstrate how in the last 8 weeks of the fetal period the fetus gets an awful lot bigger and ready for birth. Everything works, all the systems are there, but they're just getting bigger and finished off. So when Annabelle was born, her weight dropped to about 1 kilo over the first week, and there you are. I'm standing up tall, you're standing... You're going to be taller than me. You're going to be like almost 6 foot. If you're interested, though, I'm sure I've bored the hell out of the students this week. The embryonic period is the first 8 weeks of development. We go from something very simple, a single cell, to something very complex. The systems and shapes of the body are laid down in those first 8 weeks. And a lot happens from 8 weeks to 38 weeks, 40 clinically, but most of it is getting bigger, systems continuing to develop and what have you. So while she did need a little bit of help when she was born, all her systems were working. She needed a little bit of CPAP, continuous positive airway pressure, to help her breathe. You were grunting a little bit when you came out because you premature babies often make a bit of a grunting sound when they try and breathe. You had a nasogastric tube to help you eat because you weren't ready for eating. You couldn't really manage your body temperature, so you were in an incubator to help manage your body temperature. Your liver wasn't working yet, so you were a bit jaundiced. You had a nice blue light, which helped get rid of that jaundice.
Blue?
Yeah, you got a nice suntan under sort of UV light. No, you didn't glow blue, you put it under UV light to help get rid of the jaundice.
I'm a Smurf.
this.
Oh, long tails.
And I remember seeing these.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aren't they lovely?
Yeah, nice.
This is hammering mountain.
How about one of those as a pet?
One time in a bed.
What did parrots say, Annabel? It's raining. You can see through there. And Bunny! Oh, Bunny's on the floor! Can you go in your pushchair then? What are those up there?
Oh, they are purple. They are purple.
She's gone. Luckily Annabel took to breastfeeding as well, and she did well putting on weight, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
I think she got too used to the bings and the bongs in the NICU, because when we took her home it was too quiet and she would not sleep for months.
Nearly a year, actually. I never recovered from the bags into my eyes.
Annabel had to be fed every hour. What about in the night?
Throughout the night. Every hour.
So you
And that wasn't an hour gap, that was from the time she started her feed to the next feed, had to be about an hour.
So lots of regular small feeds. So you produced milk, stored it, and the nurses helped in the night?
Yeah, she was, I could express milk, and it was frozen, then stored.
And the nurses helped
And
in
the
the night.
nurses would then feed her, syringe feed her.
And in Britain with the NHS, and we've got some excellent NICU units, neonatal intensive care units, especially in Swansea. She did fine. She was really well looked after. How long was Annabel in hospital for?
5 weeks.
So Kim, you were in the hospital.
Not that long.
So Annabel was born at the end of November, and the aim was to get her to a certain week, or get her to a certain gestational age, as it were. And she was doing well enough that Kim and Annabel were allowed to leave hospital just in time for Christmas. It was very stressful having a premature baby. It's a lot more work. Babies are a lot of work as it is, but when they're born early, you have the support of the nurses and stuff, but then you're stuck in hospital the whole time, aren't you?
And I had to have a section as well,
And you
which didn't really help.
had to recover from a C-section, all that surgery, and look after Annabel.
And we had Jack
And
as
you've
well.
got Jack, and you've got the stress of how is Annabel going to do, because
And
she's.
you have to work.
And I had to work, yeah. Luckily the hospital was right by where I work,
Yeah.
so I was constantly going back and forth, back and
And I
forth, back
couldn't
and forth,
drive
back and forth,
for
just
about 6 weeks.
into the hospital, into work, into hospital, back home, pick Jack and take Jack to school, bum 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 bum.
I used to be able to hold you in my,
Yeah,
my
now
arm there.
that's almost impossible.
Yeah, you're about as big as your head when you were born.
It's a bit weird when they become teenagers, everything starts to change again. That's the thing with kids, they just keep changing, they keep growing.
And then I'll hide.